over the years, I've watched a lot of, and I've read about a lot of amusement park mishaps, right? That's a generous term, right? Um, I mean, we could have a whole episode. This is only a 15-minute long video, but like we could have a whole episode on Disney shit that has happened that I've read about or that I've seen on videos. And this one's water parks, you guys. Let's go.
Welcome to our Water Park Disaster Marathon, showcasing some of the most harrowing incidents in aquatic amusement park history. These stories, freshly explored on our channel, encompass 5 shock.
Oh, okay. I gotta pause. Okay, where were we? Let's go.
Dates to the heart-stopping events at Siam Park in Thailand. Each of these chilling tales will leave you breathless. So, buckle up and prepare to dive into the most spine-chilling water park disaster marathon video you'll ever experience. On a memorable morning, June 2nd, 1997, 120 seniors from Napa High School and their 8 instructors embarked on their traditional senior trip. This year held extra significance, as the school was celebrating its centennial. Breaking with tradition, they chose to visit Waterworld USA in Concord instead of their usual water park in Manteca. Waterworld, which opened in 1995, was a popular attraction with exciting slides perfect for high school students looking to make cherished memories. The seniors were eager to make the most of their day at Waterworld, enjoying the sun, water, and slides. They were at that pivotal moment in life, transitioning from childhood to adulthood. They wanted one last adventure with their friends before embracing the responsibilities that came with growing up. Despite not being unusually crowded, anticipation grew among the seniors. They had a long-standing tradition of clogging a water slide, meaning they'd jam the slide with multiple people and slide down together hand in hand. As the day wore on, the excitement built, with the seniors planning to execute their mischievous plan just before leaving the park. Upon hearing the park's announcement for the Napa High School students to prepare for departure, the teenagers rushed towards the iconic open-air slide, the Bonsai Pipeline.
You know, the sad thing is that I think all of us, pretty much have a story of somebody within our senior class who died either in like a drunk driving accident or an amusement park accident or some sort of dumb ass bullshit that they did because they got so fucking excited that they were a senior, right? There are so many stories in my local neighborhood of kids that died because of dumbass shit they did during their senior year. Alright, let's go.
Ignoring the lifeguard's warnings, they clambered onto the slide, determined to carry out their tradition. Suddenly, the sound of fiberglass cracking under the weight of 33 teenagers heralded the start of a tragic turn of events. The slide collapsed, sending the students plummeting 30 to 40 feet to the ground. In the chaos, park visitors, staff, and lifeguards scrambled to help the injured students until rescue crews arrived on the scene. As the dust settled, it became clear that one student, Quimby Galati, had tragically lost her life due to extensive head and chest injuries. The other students suffered various injuries, but they all managed to survive. 10 days later, the class of 1997 attended their graduation ceremony, somberly reflecting on what they had lost and the life-altering incident that had occurred during their final high school adventure. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Waterworld closed its doors for an investigation. 12 days later, the park reopened after engineers and inspectors deemed it safe. The investigation revealed that the slide experienced weight forces 3 times greater than it was designed to handle, causing the collapse. The families of the injured students filed lawsuits against the park and Napa school officials, claiming the slide was too fragile and park supervision was inadequate. Although the defendants admitted...
I'll tell you straight up, I was about 13 or somewhere around 14 when I realized I was claustrophobic and I was not going to do those tube ride shit anymore. No way. Nope. nope, nope, nope. If I can't sit up straight upright in the slide, I don't want anything to do with it, because I just had a violent reaction to it. My entire body started shaking from stress. Oh. Okay, it's trash day. I'm sorry, it's really loud. But I'm just making a connection right now that that's probably why I've had body shaking reactions when I've been put in stressful, like modified duty situations and stuff like that. My body starts like violently shaking. And I think the first time that ever happened to me was when I was on a ride at Wild Rivers, and I was freaking out that I was experiencing claustrophobia. Okay, all right. I just learned something about myself. Let's go.
No wrongdoing. Settlements were reached, including a $1.7 million settlement for Quimby Galati's parents. This tragic story reminds us of the unforeseen consequences that can arise from seemingly harmless high school traditions. It underscores the importance of prioritizing safety and recognizing the potential dangers in such situations, even when the focus is on creating lasting memories with friends. The next story takes us to the sun-kissed paradise Tenerife, the excitement of the Aqualand water park known to tourists from around the world, promising a day filled with thrills and adventure. For young Toni Steedman and her husband Adam, the park was an irresistible attraction on their dream vacation. The couple had traveled all the way from Clackmannan in Scotland to celebrate Adam's birthday in the idyllic island setting. Little did they know that their much-anticipated getaway would soon take a harrowing turn, forever altering their lives.
God damn.
Upon entering the water park, Tony's eyes were immediately drawn to the Kamikaze slide. The towering attraction, known for its exhilarating free-fall drop, lured adrenaline seekers from all over. Eager to experience the thrill for herself, Toni climbed...
Okay, so before we get into this story, and I realize the trash truck's rolling through my neighborhood right now, I went to... My uncle took me to Raging Waters when I was like 8, 9, somewhere around that age. And they have a very similar ride to this. And they tell you that you have to cross your arms and cross your legs. But I was clearly, like, whatever their weight restriction or height and weight restriction was obviously I didn't qualify, because like however they figured that out, I was not the appropriate person to be on this ride, right? So when I went on the ride, I also went airborne, and they don't exactly pad the lining of the slide very well. So I ended up with a cut down my back when I got off the ride, because I was like airborne, and then I slammed back into the slide, and when I got up, I was bleeding.
The stairs that led to the top of the slide, her heart racing with anticipation. However, as she prepared to take the plunge, she couldn't shake the nagging feeling that something was amiss. Despite her growing unease, Toni noticed that the lifeguards on duty failed to provide crucial safety instructions. Unaware of the potential risks, she hesitated for a moment before deciding to embark on her descent down the slide. Her body hurt.
Yeah, I did too. I totally tried to back out, and my uncle made me do it anyway. I was like, you know what? I don't, no, I don't think I should be doing this. But he's like, you're already up here, and I'm not walking down with you because I'm going down this ride. Okay.
Hurtled through the air at breakneck speed, the wind whipping past her as she approached the pool below. The moment she splashed into the water, Toni felt a terrible sensation rip through her body. She knew instantly that something had gone horribly wrong. As she staggered out of the water, a trail of blood followed her, each step leaving a stain on the ground. Panic swept through the water park as onlookers stared in shock and confusion. A nearby doctor, sensing the urgency of the situation, rushed to Tony's aid. With each passing moment, more blood poured from Tony's body, leaving both her and her husband fearing for her life. As the doctor assessed her condition, he realized the gravity of the situation and knew that immediate action was necessary to save her. In a desperate race against time, Tony was whisked away to Quirónsalud Hospital, where doctors discovered a 7-centimeter tear in her uterus caused by the forceful rush of water from the slide. The young mother of...
Think about that for a second. Like, how did that even fucking happen? Like, I got tore up on my back, right? But this chick had so much water fly up into her vagina that her uterus was tore open. That's so crazy. Like, consider. No, I'm not going to go any more graphic than that. But, like, seriously, fucking consider. This is a crazy-ass story, you guys.
2, now in critical condition, received 3 blood transfusions as doctors frantically tried to save her. As the possibility of never seeing her children again weighed heavily on her mind, Tony endured an epidural and surgery to repair the laceration. Throughout the ordeal, her husband Adam remained by her side, providing much-needed support and comfort. Though Tony survived her harrowing ordeal, the nightmare continued when her travel insurance refused to cover her claim, citing her failure to inform them of her trip. Despite her weakened state, Tony was wheeled onto a plane and flown back to Scotland, where she sought further medical care. As news of Tony's traumatic experience spread, it served as a chilling reminder of the potential dangers lurking in even the most idyllic of settings. For some, the thrills and excitement of water parks can quickly transform into a horrifying tale of survival. It also brought to light the importance of proper safety measures and protocols, which, if followed, could have prevented Tony's life-altering event. The next series of accidents leads us all the way to Thailand. Okay. On an ordinary day in Bangkok, families and friends made their way to Siam Amazing Park, an amusement and water park that promised a world of eternal fun and happiness. Little did they know that a series of chilling accidents would forever mark the park's reputation, leaving countless lives shattered and many unanswered questions. Siam Amazing Park, also known as Siam Park City, was founded in 1980. This 41-year-old park holds the title of the oldest amusement and water park complex in Southeast Asia. Okay. With a 13,600 square meter wave pool certified as the largest of its kind by Guinness World Records, the park boasts over 47 rides and is famous for providing Bangkok's first man-made beach. On paper, everything...
Wait a minute, so when you call that a wave pool, do they actually have waves? Because it looked pretty flat, right? Like the wave pool that they had at Wild Rivers actually had waves, right? They even could have surfers like on those waves, right? That didn't look like it had shit going on. I'm just being real with you.
About the park looks incredible. World-class shows, displays of Thai culture, colorful and thrilling rides, and a variety of shops and restaurants that have attracted over 2 million visitors annually. Siam Park City's slogan promises a world of eternal fun and happiness. Unfortunately, the truth is far uglier than the slogan. Underneath the world of fun, happiness, and colors lies rust, and rust kills. The first and most recent tragedy is the mysterious death of a 10-year-old boy. On May 2nd, 2011, a 10-year-old boy was visiting the park with his parents. He was swimming in a 1.2-meter pool, a suitable depth for his age, when he suddenly disappeared. Lifeguards found his unconscious body and performed resuscitation maneuvers before rushing him to the hospital. Initially, he was declared to be in stable condition. However, the following morning, the boy was pronounced dead. The boy's father, Sutam, filed a complaint with the Bangchan police against Siam Amazing Park, accusing the park...
Wait, hold up. So he like died in like a lazy river? I mean, they're even like deeper than that. This was a toddler pool? This was a toddler pool, right? Where were his parents? If he was so young and so incapable of swimming, and it was that shallow. What the fuck, even? I don't see how the park's at fault for this.
Of failing to provide proper supervision for younger guests. Although details about this case are scarce, some people speculate that the boy might have drowned. It's possible that more sustained supervision could have saved the boy's life.
Wow.
On January 12, 2008, Children's Day in Thailand, another horrific incident occurred at...
You know, it's not impossible, because seriously, my own parents, when I was a little kid, would leave me and my brother, well, my mom did, really. She would leave us at the Cal State LA pool while she took classes. And she was like, well, there's a lifeguard there, right? You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Siam Amazing Park. The park was teeming with excited children eager to spend a special day in a world of adventure, crazy colors, funny sounds, cheers, and gigantic water slides. The Super Slide, an iconic ride for kids, teenagers, and adults alike, was the site of the tragedy. Manufactured in Canada and measuring over 20 meters in height, the Super Slide suddenly collapsed, causing several children aged between 10 and 12 to fall through a 1-foot gap and down to the ground. Most of the 28 injured children suffered head injuries, with some experiencing broken limbs and serious bruises.
Wow.
The park's owner claimed that the ride was well maintained, but photos taken before the accident showed that the slide was covered in rust. In mid-October 2007, an accident involving 6 people, 2 adults and 4 children aged between 9 and 11, occurred on the Indiana Log Ride at Siam Amazing Park. The ride involved boats sliding down watery slopes, but when the water stopped flowing, 2 boats got stuck on the tracks. When the water started flowing again, 1 boat struck the other with massive force, causing it to fall out of the track. One woman fell out of the vehicle and later died from her injuries, while a young girl suffered serious brain injuries. An investigation revealed that human error caused the horrific accident. An operator in the pump house failed to warn his colleagues that the pump was going to be turned off. 2 operators were charged with recklessness causing injury and death. A park that repeatedly...
Hang on a second, I gotta check on my grocery order. Okay, let's get back to it. Apparently they can't get some of my stuff. Whatever.
fails to ensure its guest safety be allowed to exist. Should legislation impose better, stronger safety measures? These accidents serve as a stark reminder that beneath the facade of fun and excitement, there can be hidden dangers. In the aftermath of these tragedies, Siam Amazing Park's owner claimed to feel depressed and expressed his intention to sell the park. However, this statement seemed to divert attention from the real issue, accountability, or the lack of it. Instead of improving safety measures and increasing the number of routine checks, the owner opted to sell the business. This decision attracted some sympathy, but the focus...
There's gotta be some parent responsibility in some of these situations, though, because, like, I remember as a parent being at Wild Rivers, which was formerly a water park in Irvine, but it doesn't exist anymore. But they used to have this water slide attraction in which you went down a slide and then you kind of spiraled down what looked like a fucking toilet bowl, right? And there was 2 on either side. And some dumbass bitch mom sent 2 kids at the same time down these slides because they were like right next to each other. So I'm at the top watching this happen. Neither one of her kids knew how to swim. So when they landed in the pool, there was only one lifeguard down there. Okay, so the lifeguard had to like make a decision about like who he was going to save. And basically a parent had to jump in and save the other kid. It was like the freakiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Both kids got saved, but she's fucking lucky that happened. But you're not gonna, like, seriously, you don't put your kids on a ride where they're going to drop into like a 9-foot pool and they don't know how to swim. Give me a goddamn break.
Should have remained on the park's responsibility to ensure the safety of its guests. As a result of the accidents, the park provided financial support to the victims and managed to avoid closure. However, a human life was lost, and disaster struck twice more in the following years. These incidents at Siam Amazing Park raise important questions about the responsibilities of amusement park owners and the need for stringent safety regulations. The thrill of amusement park rides can easily turn into a nightmare when proper maintenance.
By the way, my own child got stuck in a ride. It was on the kiddie side of the park, but he was apparently too light for the ride. And so it was one of these things where you're in like, you're riding in a tube, you're going, like a floaty device in a tube. And he didn't have enough weight to get actually all the way down the ride. So I'm at the bottom waiting for him. And I'm like, I talked to the lifeguard. I'm like, hey, my son isn't down yet. What's going on right now? So he had to climb up the ride and drag my kid out of the ride. Fortunately, like, it didn't, like, he was fine, right? He was fine. But, like, this is so stupid that they can't, like, evaluate the size of your kids and figure out whether or not they can actually get
And supervision are neglected. It is essential that both park owners and authorities prioritize safety above all else to prevent further accidents and loss of life. The last story takes us to the mainland of Spain. Aqualandia Waterpark, one of the most famous attractions in Benidorm, Spain. However, fame and popularity do not guarantee immunity from accidents and tragedy. This is the tale of David Bruffaut, a 23-year-old British golfer whose fun day at the water park with his girlfriend took a harrowing turn, leaving him changed forever. It was July 2019, and 22-year-old Penny Bristow had just completed her degree in travel and tourism. To celebrate, she and her boyfriend David decided to vacation in Spain with their friends. The Mediterranean coast offered perfect weather, breathtaking views, and countless opportunities to enjoy the water. On July 8th, the group opted for a man-made adventure at Aqualandia, one of Benidorm's 3 family-oriented parks. The park boasted 15 water-powered attractions, categorized into infantile, moderate, and radical. Among them was the Splash.
Hang on, I gotta check on my grocery order again. Okay, let's get back to it.
A multi-track water slide meant to be enjoyed with friends. It was on this seemingly innocuous ride that David's life took an unimaginable turn. As their friends filmed from below, David and Penny climbed to the top of the Splash, excited to race down the slide side by side. They lay face down on red mats and took off, laughing and enjoying the thrill. Aqualandia had promised them a combination of fun, enjoyment, adrenaline, and safety.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
But as David reached the slide's end, a freak accident occurred. His neck snapped forward just before hitting the water, and he lost consciousness. Penny and their friends rushed to help, and David regained consciousness long enough to say, "I can't feel my legs." Lifeguards took him to the park's medical room before rushing him to a local hospital for emergency surgery. David had broken 2 vertebrae and suffered a spinal cord injury, leaving him mostly unconscious and unable to speak. His parents, Lorraine and Stefan, flew to Spain to be by his side, fearing that their son would be left paraplegic. To help cover medical costs, they set up a crowdfunding page, raising £80,000 within days. David was flown back to England, but fears remained about his ability to walk. An Aqualandia spokesperson insisted the park prioritize safety and claimed video footage showed David disregarding guidelines for the splash. In January 2020, David and his family filed a lawsuit against Aqualandia, accusing them of negligence in the ride's design and operation.
Yeah.
The slide's steep gradient and lack of proper signage were cited as contributing factors to the accident. This heart-wrenching story serves as a stark reminder that even the most seemingly...
Well, why are they going down face first? That's stupid. I mean, seriously, a slide with that kind of grade, Why are you going down face first? Sorry.
Innocent and fun experiences can sometimes take a tragic turn. As David Bruffo continues to face the consequences of that fateful day, the debate over the ride's safety and the responsibilities of Aqualandia rages on. Thank you for joining us on this harrowing journey through our water park disasters. We've delved into some truly chilling incidents, highlighting the critical role of safety in the realm of aquatic amusement parks. As we wrap up this spine-tingling adventure, we hope that these stories serve as a reminder to always adhere to safety guidelines and remain aware of potential dangers.
Oh, that doesn't even matter. Let's be real. Because even if you adhere to the safety guidelines, like, okay, you're an 8-year-old, cross your arms and cross your legs and keep them that way the entire time. You can't always do that, depending on the centrical, is that what it's called? Forces. Um, Look, I got bruised up. I'm lucky that that's the worst that happened to me. But no, just telling people to cross their arms and cross their legs is not going to prevent somebody from having uterus damage. Oh my God, with you people. Like, seriously, design safe rides and stop trying to be like, I'm going to give you the best goddamn ride ever. And it's going to be so cool because it's so adrenaline rushing. I hope you guys are all insured because this is some bullshit.